Hey there, welcome to Relationships. In this video, I'll show you how to get started from connecting data sources to querying in natural language, building charts, and even automating workflows. Let's dive in. So for the demo, I'll quickly create a new workspace. Let's call that demo.com and have a strong password. All right. So a workspace is being created for me with a partition to my data. We're fine, and let's proceed. All right, so I can quickly start adding data sources or playing with asset data sources, but let's add a new data source. To do that, I can click on the menu and head to data sources, or I can just follow the prompt here to connect my data. Let's go to data sources and add a new data source. From this page, I'm going to be able to connect various data sources. So right now we can connect database like PostgreSQL or MySQL, or I can connect CSV files, or I can also connect a CRM like HubSpot CRM. So for this demo, let's go with a Postgres database. So I click on Postgres and I'm going to connect a database. So for the demo, I have some credentials. If you either connected your database to Zapier or to tools like N8N or even Metabase, it's exactly the same way of connecting your database. I'm going to call here, have the credential for this demo. Put it here. It's port number. All right, 31. Yeah, here we go. And then have a dedicated user for the demo with a specific credential. Let me type it here. All right, here we go. All right, so the connection was successful, and I have my database connected. So I'm going to save this, and there is an initial setup. It can take a few moments, but it should be less than 3 minutes, where we are heading for your data structure and data schema to understand it and to give it to the AI agent so that we can query your data. Et voila. Now we can start querying data. I could also add another data sources. So for instance, you can combine your product data with your CRM. It's not a problem. It's even a right way of doing this. Now that my data source is connected to relationships, I can start querying it in natural language. So to do that, I simply start a conversation and ask what I want. All right. So let's go with list me all users in free trial who signed up this year. Okay. So I just write what I need, and here we are. I have my data, and we see what we can do with this data. But I can carry on chatting. So for instance, can we add the pricing plan? They're on, right? So the database is kind of a SaaS database where users have subscription, they have plan, and then I can like ask some more information. So you see, I can have this kind of back and forth with the bot, narrowing down my query or adding new information on the fly. I can also start a new conversation. So for instance, let's ask for all the companies and maybe with the industry information. We'll do a chart with this later on. So I can just ask any conversation like this. I can go back to my previous conversation. So it was a free trial users. I can start other from here. Once I'm happy with the data the bot is giving me, I can save it as a segment. So let's do that. You see, I can here click on save segment. I have a title provided by the AI, but I can also like give it another title. So let's call this account is going to be an important segment, or it's rather user, right? Yeah, that's users. Let's add a emoji, right? Users. All right. And voila, my segment is saved. I can retrieve it here. And this segment is now live, right? Meaning whenever new data comes in, it automatically updates. I can also bookmark it. So once it's bookmarked, I can easily find it here. Okay, so let's say you can create a segment for your user, your companies, and maybe some important objects you have in your business. You can bookmark them and quickly find them back here. All right. And also from the settings, I can download this segment as a CSV if I need to do further things on it, or I need to give it to someone else. And I can also share it. And I have a nice URL I can use on Google Sheets to import data, to import live data from there. Or I can also have a public URL where I could share this page and only this page with the segment information I can show you. Let's click on this. And then if I open this link, I have a view dedicated to this segment I can share to my colleagues. Let's go back to our chat. Right. From any message, I can build a chart. So to do that, I just click the chart tab and I start tweaking it, right? So let's, for instance, try to build a graph where we can see the number of new users every week. So to do this, I'm going to choose on X to group the data by week, right? And then I'm going to count the number of, user ID is fine, right? And so, yeah, I only have 2 weeks for 2025. So let's go for maybe there. It would be a better graph. Yeah, right. And then I can do a line chart. And you see, I can see when I have new users signing up on this database. I could tweak the chart. I can maybe, let me see, what do we have as data? We have the plan name. So we can do something like this. You see, I can edit the chart where I'm going to do a pie chart, and the categories will be the plan name, and I want to count the number of users, right? Okay, so here I can see how many of my users are on the monthly pro plan or on the yearly essential plan, right? I can save this chart. I can give him a name with like a plan repartition, for instance, or plan usage into, yeah. And now the chart is going to live in my segment dashboard. I can find it back here. And this chart is always going to be live. I can consult it. So you see from here, I can go to my segments. I can find back my data, and in the charts tab, I can find the chart I've just built. I could add other charts and build a dashboard for this user segment. Let's go back to my chat. And if I want to share the chart I've just built, I can just click on it, on the share button, and then I can export data as SVG or as a PNG if I want to include it in a slide presentation, or I can also toggle the embed code and get a nice URL I could share on Notion. So I could share the chart, the live chart to my clients or to other stakeholders. From a message, I can also start a workflow. A workflow is available in the data tabs. I can just click on the create workflow. And basically, a workflow is made up of two parts. First, a trigger. So in our case, it will be every time a new row enter in this segment, meaning a new user enter in this segment, and then an action. So the action could be posting a message on Slack, assigning a task on HubSpot, calling a webhook, whatever you want. So let's build the first workflow. So I'm going to click on create a workflow, and from here I find my segment back, and I'm going to say maybe, I don't know, we could just use the segment as it is, or we can add a condition and say we want the plan name to be, I think the plan name contain years would be fine, right? Yeah, so every time I have a user who is subscribing a yearly essential plan, I want to do something. So that's the trigger. And the something might be creating a task or sending an email. I can connect my Gmail, or posting a message on Slack. I can connect my Slack account and post a message on a specific channel to alert some salespeople or to alert a customer success manager. All right, let's go back to my segment. And that's it. So in this video, we've covered several really important things for relationships: how to add a data source, how to query your data in natural language, how to save a segment, how to build and share a chart, and last one, how to set up an automated workflow. Here we are. Bye-bye.